It's gonna be crazy.
What is up, ladies and gents of YouTube? BBKDRAGOON here for a special Monday night in a pit, here with my bro, the dude himself, who just spent the entire weekend at MLG Dallas. Ditty, what is up, man?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty good. Nothing here on my end. Got everything done this weekend that I needed to. Sat on the concrete for a good long while, but it was worth it.
Right on, man. It was sweet seeing the crowd. It was sweet watching the stream. For those of you who didn't know or didn't pay attention, this last weekend was MLG Dallas, the very first competitive event that Halo 4 is being showcased at. Ditty was there all weekend long, so I don't want to waste any time. I thought it would be a great idea to get you here on Monday Night in the Pit because the topics I asked are not even relevant at this point because the game comes out in a few hours, dude. So could you tell me a little bit about the event? Maybe like the quick recap of MLG Dallas.
Yeah, so the way it was set up is MLG, they rented out this big, huge convention center, and they have 4 games showcased there. All the fighting games, StarCraft 2, League of Legends, and of course, Halo 4. Now, since Halo 4 wasn't really on the scene before then, they didn't have a main stage, so they just had this, pretty much, it was one of the bigger events there, even though there wasn't a main stage. They had the main quote-unquote stage where you had the 8 monitors, 4 and 4, facing each other, and then the casters sitting behind them. That was their main stage. They had this big, huge projector over there, and then they had all the other Xboxes on the side for all the other matches, all the bracket matches to take place, so they could be playing at the same time to speed things up a little bit. And it was pretty awesome. I mean, the Halo crowd definitely showed up in full force, and they definitely sent a message to MLG that hey, we want this game on our circuit.
Good to hear, man. It was really visible from like the finals last night. Just the size of the crowd, the dedication for like, the lack of chairs that were there. It was really just rad to see like the Halo community coming out. And then at peak numbers, I think it was 18,000 for a real short period of time, which is pretty sweet.
I think the new number is actually 22,000.
Oh, yes. That's what I like to hear, man.
And one more thing about the no chairs. It sucked, but it just goes to show that Halo players are more dedicated because, even though there were no chairs, we sat through it.
Oh, yeah.
We pushed through it and we prevailed.
It was dedication. So what was it like getting to see and being around like the top Halo players right now, or some of the Halo Council personalities and the casters and that whole deal?
They're a lot taller in person. I'll be honest. So definitely had some fanboy moments, when I saw Ninja for the first time Friday night to do that Fiesta free-for-all. And then Euphorix, definitely Bravo, looking nice in their suits and everything. And then, Puckett and Sundance, the CEO of MLG, just kind of strolling around the place. And it's just a really awesome atmosphere. If you get a chance, at least once in your lifetime, at least attend an event as a spectator. I think we should clarify, I went as a spectator, not a competitor.
Yep.
Because I didn't have a team, so
if there was a free-for-all, dude, you would have been in that.
If there was a free-for-all, I definitely would have been a competitor, but there was no free-for-all at this tournament.
I had to do the whole team thing. Well, that's all good, man. That's sweet. I imagine it's just really surreal seeing like the Halo scene, because it's kind of been off the radar the last few years with Reach, and now it's coming back and it's going to be big again in Halo 4, which is pretty sweet. But more importantly, and I'm sure what everybody wants to hear about, and you saw more of this game at the competitive level than any of us have so far, how is the game looking?
It looks really, really good. It's obviously, if you watch maybe 2 minutes of the stream, it's way better than Halo Reach was on the competitive circuit. And in my opinion, and from a lot of pros saying, it's better than Halo 3.
Yeah.
And that surprised me the most, is that even though this game, straight out of the box, they played vanilla settings, they didn't really change anything, I don't think. And they're just playing it straight out of the box, and it works really well in the competitive setting.
That is so good to hear, man, and especially like that Halo 3 comparison. I heard that one being called out a little bit by some of the casters in the interviews. It looks really fast, and I don't know, just the maps are looking pretty dialed. All the sort of thoughts that I had of like, oh my gosh, that map is too big, immediately are gone. Like, it plays so quick, and you can kill so quick too. What were your thoughts, I guess, of them playing Infinity Slayer and having ordnance drops in competitive play?
Well, it was really interesting to see how it would play in the competitive setting, because a lot of people are like, ordnance drops, that's crap. That's Call of Duty stuff. We don't want that in our game. But actually, the ordnance drops actually play a huge factor into Infinity Slayer settings in the competitive setting. It's all about ordnance management. A lot of the casters were saying it throughout the weekend. Whoever gets that initial ordnance drop, whoever synchronizes their ordnance drops with their team, they can definitely have a huge competitive advantage. And it's very, very similar to who holds all the power weapons on the map, who has map control from previous Halo titles that we've seen. So I definitely think the ordnance drops do work very well in a competitive setting. Now, um, I think like a lot of the more powerful weapons, like the incineration cannon, where it's like just one shot devastation, it's very rare. I don't think I saw it even once in an ordnance drop. So it is very rare that you get those very powerful weapons. And the ordnance drops is not anything to be concerned about for the competitive Halo, I don't think.
Gotcha. Well, good. It didn't look like a problem. It was actually really fun to see, like, oh man, is he pulling out speed? Bam, whips out the speed boost and runs over to the other side to get control or whatever. But
Yeah, one devastating combo they were talking about is if you get the saw, and then if one of your teammates gets a damage ordnance, you can actually take your teammates' damage ordnance, and then if you have the saw, you just melt kids, and so that was pretty funny to see.
nice, nice. Could you talk real quick about the importance of playing the game straight out of the box with the current meta?
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, when they're seeing the stream, a lot of people are saying, we need to take this out. This is overpowered. This is unbalanced. It's, in my opinion, it's a new game. I've always seen competitive Halo players, professional Halo players, as the players who are the best at the core game, not the players who are best at some stripped down, watered down playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like professional players are supposed to be the best at the game, not the ones the best in this smaller community off to the side. So I think it is very important to keep as much as possible. Nexi said it best in his Halo Council thread. We need to play the game. We need to completely understand this game. We need to play it for about 3 months just to see how it plays out. Maybe some new meta game, some new, rules or routes, new things that we can do in the game in the competitive scene. So it's just all about adapting our playstyle, not trying to force our old nostalgic, old game metas onto this new game.
And yeah, that's the truth, right?
Yeah,
Definitely
dude.
need to see that happening. All right, well, real quickly, before we bounce out of here, I just got the chance to watch your super awesome video that released today. And every single person watching this video must watch this. So would you like to tell me a little bit about this big video that you just put out today?
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago when the Halo 4 soundtrack came out, I was listening through it and I really liked the track Solace. And so I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write this out for percussion ensemble. I'm going to record every single part. I'm going to master it. I'm going to edit it and put it in a video and upload it to YouTube. This was about a week and a half ago. And so I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fit all this into my time schedule. But all last week and all this past weekend, even though I was at MLG Dallas, I pulled it out and I finally got it. So everything you see in the video, I wrote out by ear, played all the notes myself, wrote it out onto the sheets, recorded every single part separately, and edited it all. It's all performed by myself. I did have a producer, well, a friend of mine help produce it, and so definitely go check that out. I definitely appreciate everybody. If you watch it, at least share it with one other person just to get the word out because I did put a lot of time and effort into it. So I hope you guys enjoy that.
Seriously, you have to watch it, people. It is, like, amazing. Ditty, well done on the video. Are you looking forward to Halo 4? Can you tell the Thugs and Thugettes real briefly what you're planning on doing and why they should go and subscribe him right now? That's not a choice, Thugs and Thugettes. You need to. It's a need thing.
Dude, the first thing I'm going to probably do is definitely do the multiplayer. Well, first thing is going to download or install the disc so I can play the multiplayer. I probably won't touch the campaign until I have a very large amount of time so I can dedicate a lot into that. But definitely going to do multiplayer. Spartan Ops going to try and hit that a little bit. Hopefully get you and some other Halo zoners in on that. So
Nice.
definitely do some live commentaries. A lot of people, I actually finished up a Road to 50 series. A lot of people have been asking if I'm going to do a Road to whatever the max rank is in Halo 4, and I don't know yet. I have to play it on my main account to see how it goes out. But with the announcement of the new ranking system releasing later this year or early next year,
Oh, I'm so pumped.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
We have a sweet game, man. I'm so pumped for tonight. So, all right, thank you guys for watching. Ditty, thank you so much. You guys, please check his video out. It'll be in the description. There'll be annotations. There will be a way to find it. And show Ditty some support in Halo 4. And thanks for being with me today, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Appreciate it. All right, you guys, have a good night. Stay up late. Can't wait to hear what you all think about the game. That'll be next week's topic. Just let me know what you think about Halo 4. All right, have a good one. Cheers.